There are some recipes that just make your taste buds do the happy dance. You know what I mean, kind of like this. And one of those recipes happens to be my cheesy chicken fritters. So let's make some. So the first thing we want to do is take a nice large baking sheet and line it with some parchment or with some waxed paper, because we're going to put our formed chicken fritters right on here before we put them in the fridge. Now for the fritters, we start with 2 pounds of ground chicken, and we're going to add 8 ounces of freshly grated cheddar. I like sharp white cheddar, but you could use any cheddar you like best. Then we're going to add half a cup of almond flour. And if you want to be nut-free, you can do something like sunflower seed flour. 3 cloves of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of dried parsley, 1 full teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, and I like to add half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes for a little extra flavor. And then to help bind it, we add 1 whole egg. Now you can always start out mixing something like this with a wooden spoon or a rubber spatula, but when it comes to things like meat fritters or meatballs or meatloaf, you're really going to have to get your hands dirty. You really just can't get it mixed in properly without using your hands. If your mixture feels super sticky, you can add a little extra almond flour to dry it out. You want the mixture to be sticky, but not so much that it sticks to your hands completely. Once you have the chicken nicely mixed, you can start forming the patties. And again, if you're finding it still a little sticky, you can use wet hands to help you do this. So you're going to take about 2 tablespoons of the mixture at a time, and you're going to form it into a nice, small, flat patty about 2 to 3 inches across. You want to keep them small because they'll be easier to flip, and that also makes them a really good appetizer size. You should get about 24 to 26 of your chicken patties. So once you've formed all of your chicken patties, get them into the fridge for about an hour to firm up. So our chicken fritters are out of the fridge and we're ready to get frying. So when I fry these, I like to use a little bit of butter in the pan, as well as a tablespoon or so of olive or avocado oil. It browns them really nicely and they get nice and crisp on the outside. And you want to make sure you get that nice and hot before you start adding the fritters. Now, depending on the size of your pan, you can add 8 to 10 of your chicken patties. You don't want to crowd the pan, you want to give them plenty of room to cook through. And you want to cook the patties about 3 minutes per side. If you want to check the internal temperature, it needs to be 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And when your patties are looking golden brown on one side, you can just flip them over and cook the other side for about another 3 minutes. Now you're ready to fry more fritters. But I do recommend, in between batches, scraping out any of the cheese that's stuck to the bottom, because it'll burn a little and leave a bit of a bitter taste on your fritters. Okay, all my chicken fritters are done. You can see that they are a beautiful golden brown and you can dig in at any time. We love these as an appetizer. They're great when you have people over. They're also great as a quick meal or a quick lunch. And I particularly like them dipped in a little ranch. These are so good, and there's a reason so many of my readers are raving about them. They're destined to make your taste buds do the happy dance. For this fun and delicious recipe and so many more, please check out alldayidreamaboutfood.com.